I know how hard it is for music ministry to do it. You know, the toughest portion of that is week after week you got to practice. And then it'll be good. It's okay when you are like kind of big group, and then sometimes it's going to wind up just the two of you. I know how you feel, sister, and you there, brother. But Leah and your brother, what's your name again?
Alex.
Alex. You guys doing good. You guys doing it for the Lord. I want to also kind of recognize some of the workers, like Sister Eloisa, to be able to administer this Bible class week after week. And you probably also do it on some other days. Is it easy? It's never easy, folks. But it's only easy going to be with the grace of God. And then at the same time, Sister Luz, doing, you know, the child Sunday school for the children, which bring me to this story. Okay, there's this one teacher. I'm not sure if you heard about it. She was teaching, you know, the Sunday school for kids, and she goes like, "All right, kids, if let's say if I sell my house and then all the stuff in it and have a garage sale, will I get to heaven?" Of course, the kids in the back said, "No." All right, that is good. Let me test you, you know. What if I clean my house, my kitchen, even tidy it up, spotless and everything? Will I go to heaven? No. Just like those kids right there. So she goes like, "So how can I get to heaven?" One smarty pants 5-year-old kid in the back raises his hand. "All right, how? You gotta be dead." It's kind of cool, but there's only one way we could get to heaven. Gotta die. I'm sorry, I tried. Anyway, so much for a joke. What's the only thing that God has given each one of us, regardless of our race, regardless of our, I would say, status, whether we're young or old? You guys have any idea? Equal for everyone. It's time. An opportunity. The only difference is how we make use of this time. Are we going to just use it to, of course, for parents, or mostly for the folks who have some people to support them? We got to work. The average is what, 8 hours? But there's more of 16 hours. Some people spend it on sleep. Here in Nevada, a lot of them spend it on the casino. And most of the time they go broke. And this time could be transformed to what we call opportunity. Okay? And this opportunity is like the saying that you snooze, you lose. Mm-hmm. You folks heard of it. That's, you know, may not be something kind of Christian way saying, but we have heard it so many times, especially for opportunist people. Hey guys, you snooze, you lose. How come I didn't have it? Told you. You blink your eye, you don't have it. It's the same thing for us here. And we are a church. We are in a church. But something that, you know, we have to remember is the church is the body. It's not this building, all this instrument here. It's one of us. Me, Leah, Alex, Luz, Eloisa, Brother Alberto. We, you know, this building could be, you know, taken away, but we are gathered together. That's the church. That's what the Lord have given us, Lord Jesus Christ given us in our heart. It's the church. But then, here's how it works out. How many times, especially for you folks who have the kind of ways of going to different places. You visit your folks, and then you make yourself kind of the whole family. On Sunday, we got to go to church. That's one thing. But we tried to make it as a practice for me and my family that whatever place we go, if it hits on Sunday, we got to check whatever church around us, biblical church. With today's technology, it's kind of hard to make excuses now.
Yeah.
That I can't find a church. There's no phone directory. We got the iPhone, we got the BlackBerry, and with the kids around us, they know how to do this. But anyway, don't you find yourself, especially if the church you're going to, it's kind of you have this observation mode first. From the time you park your car, your comparing process starts to kick in. You kind of pay attention to the surrounding. And then as you get in, you try to observe if there's somebody who's going to greet you. And then as you walk through the door, you're trying to pay attention if there's an usher who will hand you the program. Each one of those kind of like your check mark. Okay, well, they have this, they have that. Up to the point when you sit down, and then comes the main part, is when you pay attention or take note of the music ministry. It's just like, all right, that's some good things, and then to the sermon, up to the main thing. By the time you finish or you walk out of that church, 9 out of 10, you will have a decision if you're going to be back in that specific place, if you're going to visit that church again. That's, for me, that's how it is. It's the sign of being at home. If you're at home or kind of just being a stranger in that place. Let me tell you from my personal experience, when I was in the service, I was assigned in Texas. And there's this one church, big church. In fact, on some night or some days that I didn't have the chance to go to this church, I could watch their service on TV. That's how big they were. You know what? The sad thing that happened is I've been to that church twice. Out of those 2 times I've been there, I never had a chance to kind of really get to know any single soul in there. So after my second visit, I was kind of like ready for maybe it's not the place. I drove around on that Sunday after I kind of said, I'm not going there. I saw this one tiny church, but probably 1/3 of the size of the church that I went to the first time. As soon as I get in there, a nice lady said, welcome, blah, 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 and gave me the Christian hug and welcomed me there. As soon as I step in, it feels like that I've been there before. And the rest of my assignment in that place, that I stayed there. Because of that, people around it. It's not the building, because it's like I told, the building that I've been to, or this church that I went through the second time, is not as decent, but the people around it, the brothers and sisters around it, who's willing to have these open arms to me. So that's how kind of really we have this decision process if it's, are going to stay here or not? Dito ba talaga? Or not? But let's step back for a moment and you go like, okay, where does opportunities comes into play with things like this? Most of us could watch a movie, right? And then, like we're so impressed with the effects and everything, or like we watch a concert. But do you know, for a nice presentation to happen, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of preparation, practice, endless practice, and all the support needed. It goes the same thing in a church. Because a healthy church is not really about having healthy people in it, but people or congregation, brothers and sisters, like each one of us, to be able to